I have always loved AA. I went to my first meeting in 1988 in Los Angeles, California. I was 18 years old, and I got sober in 2013 because I'm a quick study, which means I bounced around for 25 years before I got sober. But I always enjoyed going to self-help / support groups once I figured out what they were all about. They're just so interesting. You know, the thing about AA is you've got, I call them cliche A's, all these sayings they've got. And I used to think they were so hokey, and I didn't care for them. I mean, there's all, easy does it, and, the one that I hate the most is I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So hacky. But I don't say that very often because that might be something very important to somebody. That might be the thing that turned them around. So I don't put down the sayings too much because I know their purpose. I've got a couple of my own that I really like. I really like the one that says "Keep your own side of the street clean." That's probably my favorite one of all of them. And it wasn't until I read the passage in the Bible that talks about, when Jesus says, remove the plank from your eye before you remove the speck from your brother's eye. There's a process, right? Keep your side of the street clean. I love that. The other one I love is I knew that I knew when I knew it. And that's the thing about having a come to Jesus moment. When I had my come to Jesus moment in 2013, bam, just all the little tumblers fell into place and the door opened wide open. I understood what they were talking about with all their, you've got to read the good book and the big book. It's it just makes a connection between all of the early AAs, what their process was, what they were thinking about, and what they took from the Bible that lays it out for you. It's very, very, very strong in the New Testament. It's I think it's I don't know if Dr. Bob said we didn't write the big book. We just it was already written. We just edited the New Testament in ways that we could use it to make our big book. The thing that concerns me is, I'm sober now 10 years, and we are getting our asses kicked so bad on so many levels. I think the first year I went to AA in 1988, the CDC released the numbers every year of OD deaths, and I think there was 6,000, and 2021 there were 110,000. I've heard as much as 120,000 for 2022. Of course, those numbers aren't out yet, but we're getting our ass kicked not only in addiction, lack of recovery. We're getting our ass kicked as America. We're losing our spot as the top empire on planet Earth, and Christianity is getting weak. We're just losing our ways. We're losing just so bad. It's so monumental how bad we're getting beat. And I've been doing a lot of research this year on why empires fail. And it's always one of three reasons. There's three things that make an empire fail. One is money, two is leadership, and three is complacency. Now, that's every empire ever since civilizations began. I'm talking about going all the way back to Assyria, Babylon, and Medo-Persians, all the way through, Constantine and Alexander the Great and Philip of Macedonia. It's always the same thing, and it's happening right now in the United States of America. And It's a handful of reasons. You know, it can be money. I mean, look at how much money we're spending on. I mean, it's yeah. I don't have to lay it out for you. You can see it. The leadership is a complete sham joke. But the thing is, you can break these down into your own personal life. It's not just empires. It could be your own household. It could be your relationship with your wife or your kids, or why you can't pay your rent. You know, there's only the good news is there's only three things to look out for. The bad news is they're irreducibly complex, meaning if one fails, everything fails. So complacency, that's a big part with us Christians, I think. We're just not doing enough. We're not doing enough for ourselves. We're just sitting back like baby birds in a nest, waiting to be spoon-fed. Money is really no problem. There's plenty of money. We're not worried about that. But leadership, leadership. Let me just say this as far as the self-help meetings go. Let me just say this about leadership. I'm reminded of Philippians 2:3. It says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but rather in humility consider others before yourself." Now, I say that to myself every time I'm ever going to be asked to mentor or lead anybody or anything. And I have a feeling that our leaders don't always do that. They're doing that to improve their status. We're not going to march in lockstep. We're not going to keep doing the same thing over and over. Perfect AA cliche. Crazy is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's exactly what we're all doing. So we need to change that. We just want something different. I don't care what it is. We just need to start doing different approaches to recovery, to Christianity, to our own democracy. And that's not blasphemy. That's just out of necessity.